Morning. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Just back again, guys, on my channel, just to give you guys a content quick and fast. I don't know if you guys heard about this content, people, but at the end of the day, this is the biggest scandal in the UK of wrongful conviction. Over hundreds, they say. Well, happy Wednesday, and I hope everybody's doing well. And this Wednesday, almost the ending of the week, and all of those great things, people. And when you think about it, Wednesday, when you say it's middle of the week, then you just have to say 2 more days for the weekend. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your week has been great so far. I hope the children are not having you down on boredom. And I hope you don't have the children them down of being annoying and you're miserable at the same time. There's lots of things to do here with the children. Remember, I told you guys to plan ahead and stuff like that. So if you didn't, then good luck. But at the end of the day, guys, without God, who can it be? And without Almighty God, where would we be? So we have to shout out that first thing in the morning. Right, guys? So like I said, at least 13 may have killed themselves over UK post office wrongful conviction. I didn't want to put that on there because that's suicide. And you know how YouTube censors your content, especially when it comes to suicide and all of that. Notion on your note. All of those things right there. Okay, guys? So we want to get into the content as fast as we can. We have other things that we want to discuss. Like this pervert right here got caught in sex scandal. Yes. We want to talk about the photo hype and the StalkAshley and scandals and all of those things that's going on right now, right? Okay, people? So I want to talk about all of those things right now, all right? So let me just give you a green screen and I'm going to unpack the content quick and fast, all right? So I'm going to read from the best of my ability, okay? And then I'm going to play the audio to you guys and let you guys know this is not a joke business. People's lives have went down the drain. People's lives have been ruined because remember, this is the post office wrongful conviction. A lot of people were charged for fraud and all of these things when they hide. All of this investigation wasn't so, guys. All right? So I am here to enlighten this story. You know, like I said, lots of lives has been ruined because of this situation in the UK and stuff like that. I'm not around at times to give you guys a content every day, but I try my best to give you guys a content like now, when I can, see fit to do so, right? All of those things. So. Okay. So now we're going to read to the best of my ability. So let's go and unpack, okay? So at least 13 may have killed themselves over UK post office wrongful conviction scandals. Did you hear about that, guys? Not at all? All right. So this dropped July 8th. Yes? London. At least 13 people were thought to have taken their own lives as a result of Britain's post office scandal, in which almost 1,000 postal employees were wrongfully prosecuted or convicted of criminal wrongdoing because of a faulty computer system. Oh no. Report said Tuesday another 59 people contemplated suicide over the scandal, one of the biggest miscarriages of justice in the UK history. Okay? From around 1999 to 2015, hundreds of people who worked at the post office branches were wrongly convicted of theft. So didn't I not say it's over hundreds? Fraud and false accounting based on evidence from a defective information technology system. Some went to prison or were forced into bankruptcy. Others lost their homes, suffered health problems, or breakdowns in their relationships, okay? Or became ostracized by their communities. So like I asked you guys, have you guys heard about this big wrongful conviction? Have you guys heard about this big scandal? Retired Judge Wynne Williams, who chairs a public inquiry into the scandal, said in a report published Tuesday that 13 people killed themselves as a consequence of a faulty post office accounting system showing on shortfall in branch accounts according to their families. All right? The problems at the post office, which is stated owned by operates as a private businesses, were known for years, but the full scale of the injustice didn't become widely known until last year when TV Dr. Drama propelled a scandal to the national headlines and support for victims. The culprit was a piece of software called Horizon, made by the Japanese firm Fujitsu, which one the post office introduced 25 years ago across branches to automate sales accounting. When the software showed false account shortfalls, the post office accused branch managers and dishonesty and obliged them to repay the money. Oh no, faulty computer system. So how many people went to jail because of the same computer system? How we know that these computers out here are functioning and not malfunction? So people, biggest scandal. Okay, over 1,000 people prosecuted, convicted on base of evidence of incorrect data. The biggest miscarriage in the UK. So are you in the UK? Are you a blogger? Why you didn't bring this out? Are you in the UK? You out here chat people business? Why you never talk about this? Are you in the UK? Knowing that there's so much wrongful things happening in the UK? Why you never come out here and shout? Everybody else is everywhere and not talking about everything else, all right? So let's finish unpack this one, quick and fast, all right? In all, the report said about 1,000 people were prosecuted and convicted based on evidence from the incorrect data. The government has since introduced legislation to reverse the convictions and compensate the victims. Williams said that some senior post office employees knew or should have known that the Horizon system was faulty, but the post office maintained the fiction that its data was also accurate. He said, Joe Hamilton, a former post office manager and a lead campaigner, said that the report shows the full scale of the horror that unleashed on us. In a statement, the post office chairman pledged to ensure that all victims are compensated. The post office did not listen to postmasters, and as an organization, we let them down. Postmasters and their families have suffered years of pain. Nigel Relton said it has taken them too long to clear their names and in many cases to receive redress. I believe that a lot of these people who got in trouble with this one too, they were minorities as well. Not lying, not allegedly, okay? Tuesday report was the first to be published from the inquiry, which was launched by the government and has the power to require evidence from all parties. It's expected to issue a further report at a later date that will address who was at fault for overseeing the scandal and the potential attribute blame. Okay, guys? So have you heard about that miscarriage of justice? At least 13 people commit suicide because of faulty arrests, faulty charges, and all of those things. Have you heard about that story? So far, guys, in the UK, England. All right? So let's unpack this quick and fast and let's hear from the victims. All right?
Good afternoon from the Oval in South London, where the first findings of the long-awaited Post Office inquiry have been published this afternoon. The inquiry has concluded that at least 13 people may have taken their own lives after being accused of wrongdoing, based on evidence from the faulty Horizon IT system. The findings add that a further 59 people considered doing the same and taking their own lives. The report also accuses senior Post Office staff of maintaining the fiction that Horizon data was accurate despite evidence to the contrary. And the chair of the inquiry, Sir Wynne Williams, is now calling for urgent action to be taken to ensure all victims receive full and fair compensation.
The picture which has emerged and which is described in my report is profoundly disturbing. In summary, what does that picture? Many thousands of people have suffered serious financial detriment, and for a sizable proportion, that detriment subsists. Many people have inevitably suffered emotional turmoil and significant stress in consequence. Many businesses and homes have been lost.
My God.
Bankruptcies have occurred. Marriage and families have been wrecked. Between 2000 and 2013 in England and Wales, and for some time after 2013 in Northern Ireland and Scotland, postmasters and others suffered the trauma of criminal prosecution, conviction, and punishment.
And all those
And
things
for
were
some,
false.
punishment meant lengthy periods of imprisonment. I
England,
received reports
UK.
that some people held liable for shortfalls became ill as a consequence.
My God.
Tragically, I heard too of people of whom it is said that they were driven to take their own lives.
13 of them people and more consider that. Could you
Times
imagine?
Inquiry Chair Sir Win Williams. Joining me now here at the Oval is Janet Skinner, a former sub-postmistress who was
Where's the
jailed
bloggers
back
to
in
jump on this one?
2007 for 9 months over an alleged shortfall of...
So people, are you in the UK? Have you heard about this story? Did you guys know that many people have committed suicide because they were falsely arrested for fraud and all kind of things in the UK? An inquiry has launched. 13 people commit suicide and 59 thought of killing themselves because of false claims, false arrests, lost their home, bankruptcy, suicides, and all of those people for false accusation, false charges. Have you heard about the story? I'm right here to break the story to you guys right now. Breaking news, okay?
£59,000, Janet. We'll get on to the background to all this from your personal perspective in a minute, but what do you make of what Sir Win has had to say today?
I mean, this morning I felt deflated when I was reading it. I just felt that there was a lot of recommendations again, and I think a lot of inquiries ended up with a lot of recommendations, but it's whether the recommendations are actioned. I mean, we've seen no action, a lot of words and no action, so it was difficult to see.
So you're frustrated, ultimately?
Yes, because I think it has statutory power. What's the point of having the statutory power if you don't have the power to enforce these changes? And the only people who seem to have the power to enforce these changes are the people that were directing the wrongdoing term.
The government has responded. I think one of the main takeaways is Sir Win wants the government, the post office, Fujitsu, to move more quickly than they have. Janet, what's your compensation situation at the moment? Have you got what you feel? No.
But people, let's stick up in here. Happy Wednesday. People, if a post office is, remember, a post office is a government entity, okay? This was a faulty computer system, Horizon, right from Japan. Had the numbers them are wrongfully. The computer basically was misfiring numbers and saying that in the post office, these things were being missing. People were stealing. People were defrauding. So the question becomes, how many systems are out here making innocent people go into jail? People nowadays days are not. Every day people are saying, okay, go to school, education, education, education. When was the last time you see people do counting, calculate something out of their head without drawing for their phone or computers? Huh? When was the last time somebody can use a pencil or paper to calculate something without going on the computer for the computer to help you? I thought back in the days we used our brain. Now everybody's depending on a computer, you all. So imagine a computer did all of this. 13 people commit suicide. Hundreds of people, 13 people commit suicide. Hundreds of people thinking of committing suicide. People's lives have ruined. They lost their home. They lost their job. They lost their mortgages. They lost their dignity, their pride. They lost even their criminal record because they're convicted for fraud. Right now, as we speak right now, there's an inquiry people, and now the government have to compensate all of these people for locking them up wrongfully because of computer mishap. I never hear nothing like this in my life. But when man a plan, God a wipe. Can you imagine this? Can you guys imagine this? So this is what I had to come and tell you guys this morning. Guys. Wanna never hear this? Well, hear it now. All right, guys, let's finish unpack.
I'm nowhere near. No, I've had 5 medical reports. I've just currently done an occupational health report. I'm then having to do a neurosurgeon report. So it's just a report after report.
I'm joined now by Seema Misra down here at the Oval. Seema was a sub-postmistress who was convicted and jailed when you were...
This is one of the victims. So didn't I not tell us a majority of these victims should be minorities? Who work in the post office back in the days in England? Minorities, most of them. Most of them. They didn't give them the job because they wanted to. They give them the job because nobody wanted to walk door to door at times. Nobody wanted to walk in the snow. Nobody wanted to walk in the rain. Nobody really wanted to walk in the cold. So imagine that hundreds of victims, people. 13 commit suicide. Over 100 thought to commit suicide because of false claims. False charges. One of the biggest miscarriage of justice in the UK. Have you heard about this? Take up on another device and look up this, what I'm talking about. Don't hear me. Don't listen to what I gotta say. Pick up your phone and do your research on this content. One of the biggest miscarriage of justice in UK. Post office, the government, the government. The other biggest miscarriage of justice was the HIV situation, where there's a lot of people who are getting blood in the UK allegedly, and they end up with hepatitis C, the A. I spoke about that story already. So a lot of things been happening in the UK and nobody talks about it. So let's unpack what the victim has to say.
You were pregnant, Seema, which will jog up many people's memories. We can revisit all that stuff, but I know it was terrible for you. But primarily, I'd like to begin by asking you what you think about what you've heard today.
The report is really thoughtful. Definitely lots of thought had been gone in there with lots of suggestions, which is really good.
Yeah. What's in your experience of trying to get compensation?
Compensation scheme itself, it's not just myself, because we deal with so many other postmasters as well, and we hear their stories. It's like a torture.
Yeah, because there have been 4 different ways for people like you to try and get some compensation that they deserve. It sounds complicated to the outsider. We've just heard Sawin there say the whole thing has been flawed. Is that what you think?
Definitely, definitely.
Flawed, and they're still waiting on compensation. So imagine, you're working a government job. You said, yeah, we're going to have a great pension. Remember, we work for great pensions out here and great benefits out here. Remember, we work to be independent and utilize our social insurance number. Remember, without us, a lot of us out here working, all of those things that you're getting free out here, like healthcare and everything else that you can just go in and say, us taxpayers out here. Remember, government don't pay for nothing. Without people don't work out here, government has no money. That's why they take so much of our paychecks all the time. And that's why when we do our income tax, we don't get back all of that they take from us, because the government has to hold on to a little and push this here and there and there and there. Okay, guys? So just imagine you work for the big bad post office in the UK. Just remember that. Just think about that for a second. And then one day, you get caught up in false claims, people. False accusation. False charge up. Your whole life is ruined. You're locked up for fraud, theft. Years later in the making, after so much of the persons that you got locked up with, 13 of them commit suicide. And hundreds of them thought to kill themselves because their lives has been ruined. And now the government is saying, hey guys, I remember that I falsely locked you guys up. I remember that the computer that we got from Japan wasn't accurate, was misfiring, wasn't counting according to. And I blame you guys and lock you guys up. And after all of you guys' lives are ruined. 13 commit suicide. Hundreds of them wanted to commit even suicide. Lost their jobs, lost their dignity, lost their pride, lost their home. And now the government said, okay, we're going to give you a compensation in 2025. This is one of the victims, and then still now she's waiting for it, guys. And the government now is trying to give them pardons now because they were wrongfully convicted. Post office scandal, one of the biggest in UK history. So have you ever heard about this story? The only time we talk about UK was with the Vice Captain saga. Nobody else is not in UK now to talk about these things. Enough things is happening in the UK, you know, people. A lot of stuff is happening in the UK. You better be open. If you want to blog and talk about content, read the newspaper. Lots of stuff out here. And that's why I don't really talk about so much things that people are talking, because there's so much things out here that you can talk about. So have you heard about this, guys? So let's unpack some more.
Describe the experience of going through it.
It's just like you have to prove yourself again and again, like who you are.
See?
Even after winning GLO, getting your name cleared, again then you have to prove yourself, which is terrible.
So it feels like a recurring nightmare.
It is recurring. Going revisiting it again and again, it doesn't help at all.
No. And I know you have had an issue yourself with a lawyer who's representing you.
So even imagine trying to get a pardon. How long the government is going to take to give all of these people pardon? Remember, there was hundreds of people being locked up. 13 of them commit suicide. So you think that money that the government is going to give them is going to make everything go away? When somebody falls, you accuse you and lock you up. And people, you think it's a good thing? You think it's a good thing, people, that you're being accused? You're being accused. Okay, so 13 people have killed themselves. So this is an inquiry. Let's jump on this quick and fast. Okay,
this tragedy.
listen from us.
And goodness knows they need each other's support. These sub-postmasters are about to learn the findings of the first volume of the Post Office Inquiry's final report.
Listen.
Many thousands of people have suffered serious financial detriment.
Let me tell you.
Many people have inevitably suffered emotional turmoil and significant stress in consequence.
And kill themselves.
Many businesses and homes have been lost.
Yep.
Bankruptcies have occurred.
You're there.
Marriage and families have been wrecked.
You're there.
Post Office bosses, he said, maintained a fiction that its data was always accurate when prosecuting sub-postmasters.
Listen.
He described the emotional and physical impact as profoundly disturbing. 59 people considered killing themselves because of this scandal, and 10 people went on to attempt suicide. We now know...
And 13 already commit suicide. So 59 thought of committing suicide. 13 already did. And you hear the numbers? You hear that, people? What people kill themselves because people, once you have a criminal record, it's like you're a loser out here. Believe it or not. We don't play badness. When you have a criminal record, especially you're a minority, you're a loser out here. Nobody not giving you no damn blight, bro. Even to rent a place. Certain jobs you don't get. Working with children, volunteering, working around cashier, cash register, all of these things, bro. Remember, fraud is the biggest thing you could ever have on your record. So where have you guys been? Have you guys heard about the story? That's why I keep on saying I got to come back on the channel to blog, to come and tell you guys some content, but at times I'm busy, extremely busy. So today I have some time and I said I'm going to come and unpack. You see what I'm saying? So let's continue and unpack. So if you haven't heard the story, biggest post office scandal. The next time you go to the post office in the UK, just roll your eyes and kiss your teeth, like literally. Next. How dare thee, how dare thou. Seriously. Biggest scandal in the UK. False accusation, lock up people. They lost their home, their dignity, their pride, their family. Over the years. I know government to talk about, I'm sorry. Wrong faulty machine in the post office. Oh, sorry, Harrison from Japan. Wrong faulty machine. It wasn't accurate at all. And I owe you guys compensation. What compensation can bring back all of this? This was decades. Let's unpack.
According to this report, it's possible that more than 13 people died of suicide.
What did I say?
Because of the post office's actions.
What me say?
A lot stronger than I was 4 years ago.
Listen, man.
That was when Sami Sabet's conviction was quashed. Like thousands of others, he raised concerns about the faulty software miscalculating funds.
What did I say?
He was searched, interrogated, suspended. He then lost his job before being put through criminal proceedings.
What me say?
And now he fights for compensation. hopefully one day, Sammy, you will get the financial compensation that
The
you
wicked
want.
agi UK, we know the
But
wicked, but it's
can
not so.
anything ever compensate for
It's
the
crazy.
psychological trauma that you've been put through?
That's a very good question.
My
The
God.
psychological trauma is almost irreversible. You cannot put any figures on it.
You
My
cannot.
health isn't going to come back. My eyesight, my post-traumatic stress disorder
Oh,
is
God.
there. I'll have to learn to live with it. I would very much like to see the people who are responsible for this go through the same as we went through.
And the only people who don't have no sense will sit out here with a criminal record and feel proud. When you have a criminal record, you're a loser in society. You feel like you're going mad. You're losing society unless you're doing some illegal activities. But if you're out here trying to find a job with that criminal record, you will go mad. You will go real mad. The people, them lives are ruined. They couldn't get no other jobs, people. Ruined. Remember, it's a government job, prosecute you. So who else is going to pick you up to give you a job? These people lost their homes. Let's continue.
And be punished just as we were punished. But we were punished wrongly.
Wrongfully.
They will be punished correctly.
The highs have been hard-won.
Roughly
Roughly 1,000 people were wrongly prosecuted and convicted as a result of Fujitsu's faulty software.
Faulty
Some
software. Computer
10,000
do that, you
people
know?
are still eligible to apply to one of the 4 compensation schemes. Those who already have not a good experience. Today's report says the post office and its legal advisors have been unnecessarily adversarial
And they're
in
fighting.
making initial offers for compensation, ultimately driving down the value of settlements.
My God.
At the end of July 2024, nearly 2,500 claimants had accepted compensation offers from the Horizon Shortfall Scheme. But in the same period, a survey commissioned by the inquiry found only 15% of respondents were satisfied with the offers they'd accepted. 59% of respondents were either fairly or very dissatisfied.
For real.
One of the report's recommendations is for the government to agree on a definition of full and fair compensation.
Yeah, man.
It also calls for a government report on restorative justice. They have 3 months to respond.
My God.
We attest to that. Now, in
My
response to the report, the government has
God. So only over here you could get these kind of stories. Yeah? Only over here you will get these kind of stories. So did you ever heard about the biggest scandal in UK? Have you heard about it? Or you just hear about it now? Well, if you just hear about it now, well, it's good for me then. Because I will come always with one-of-a-kind content out here. So imagine that you get falsely arrested, trying to fight for compensation. Money is not enough. Your whole life is ruined. You lost your car, you lost your job, you lost your home, you lost your dignity, you lost your pride, lost everything in life because of government faulty Japanese Horizon faulty machine. Or instead of them say 1, it say 2. Instead it says 1 left, it says a 2 left. All these things. Instead of it says it's $500, it says 450. The employer got with 50. And I'm just being sarcastic. Seriously. This is a serious matter. Do you understand me? So from there, people, since I've been and haven't been around really giving you guys a great content, okay, Miss Shona miss me. Yeah, okay, let's unpack some more things. All right. So from there, that was our main content, really and truly. Let's talk about some other things. So because we know that we have the big Diddy, Puff Diddy out here, okay? Puff Daddy's out here tremendously. And we was waiting for the verdict the other day, and the verdict came, and I told you guys the other day, if I bet you guys I would have won, because we know they couldn't get him in no traffic, nothing of that sort. If we're talking about the White Slave Act, to the Mann Act, to the RICO Act. When the RICO Act has revived and launched and amended, it was only dropped on the Italian mafias. Now they ought to know to get all of the black folks. Allegedly. So we're not surprised. Not only that, we get to understand in the Diddy situation, Cassie ran up with a lawsuit from her ex. How can I put it? Her bed buddy. Bed buddy claim allegedly she had an abortion. Bed buddy claim she gave him a STD. Bed buddy claim because she came on the stand and shut off her mouth, she's up for liability. Who didn't know that? So before we even get to all of the people, them business and Cassie underneath, like her whole underneath business, let's go to here where nobody not talking about. Let's get to Jared Leto, a sexual misconduct man out here for so long. People been calling him out for so long, but yet still just just get a charge right now while everybody out here been going down in history.
Actor
R.
musician
Kelly
Jared
out
Leto
here.
is the latest
Everybody
celebrity in the
out here.
spotlight.
1
He's been
second.
working in Hollywood.
1 second. So Jared people end up in misconduct of sexual assault. You know this guy? Let's unpack this. Let me back this up for a second and give you guys a little bit of the sidebar story. Quick and fast, yes? So let's unpack to this so-called rapist allegedly.
Hollywood and beyond. All disturbing claims that he completely denies. So what kind of consequences could he face in a criminal or civil court?
9 women, you know. 9 women. We don't hear about it.
We're breaking it all down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. Hollywood's most persistent predator in a kilt. Now, Jared Leto.
Okay, so hold on.
Now, in that...
So it starts from a little tweet. It always starts from a little tweet. It always starts from a little tweet, a little him, a little her. Remember, you know, this tweet came out in 2012. And from 2012, the people them saying this man is a predator. So I want you to count with me. 2012 till 2025 is how many years? And until now, he's not behind bars. But R. Kelly, Diddy, Bill Cosby, and the list go on. So is this privilege? Or we will shout out sometimes in the black community, you're white, you're right, you're bright. You're brown, you stick around. You're black, you're back. Is that so? I am not sure. From 2012, this allegation been out and them just a charge of creep. No. Why? Is he privileged? Did he fly underneath the radar? You had this man on Hollywood on the red carpet and telling the reporters that he sent used condoms to his friends and foes. Isn't that a creep? Use condoms? And what kind of ritual is that? But what should I say? Let's unpack.
Status. She'd written, "You're not really in LA until Jared Leto tries to force himself on you backstage at an M83 show in a kilt and a snow hat."
You're there.
She added the comment,
Pervert!
"Throw back to 2012. Jared Leto was a creep then, still a creep now, going on 15 plus years of being Hollywood's most persistent predator in a kilt."
What did I say? Over how much? Over 15 years. And who them wind up in the sex allegation? Diddy. Let's continue.
Jared Leto has been working in Hollywood since the 1990s.
1990s people. Pervert, you know.
For his acting roles. He's also the front man for the band 30 Seconds to Mars, which he formed in 1998 with his brother.
Listen.
The band's wrapping up its latest world tour next month in Portugal. So you know what happens next, right? Allie's post, as you can imagine, it sets off a firestorm.
Firestorm.
She started to share direct messages that she was getting from friends and acquaintances, all of whom said they too had allegedly been victimized by Leto personally or had friends who had. And one of the replies to the Instagram story reads, "Yeah, I was 16 in Arizona too when him and his brother invited me and my friend on his tour bus after a show."
You're there.
There's a monkey.
Remember, as underage kids, little girls are coming to talk, you know. Say when they were 16 and 15 and so on, you know, this man did all kind of things to them, you know. People up in their big age now talking about it, eh? Remember, I tell you this, eh? So this has been happening for a long time and only one person called out the creep and they fly underneath the radar. And around that time, the Me Too movement was out here. But I guess the Me Too movement only target most of the time the black community, the black lady that was out here in the Me Too movement. Think about it. Because in the Me Too movement, how much white folks went down and got into trouble for their sexual behavior. If that was the case, Elvis Presley and all of those awards he got would have to rip up and tear up because Priscilla was underage when he married to her and slept with her. But Elvis Presley is the king of pop. All of these kind of things out here. So in the heat of the Me Too movement, this man was out here. Nobody called him out. But let's unpack.
Covering its face emoji. Another said, "OMG, my friend was fully groomed and she was abused at the hands of him for years and had to sign an NDA."
You're there.
More examples. He hit on me at a
Go and
concert when I
listen.
was 15 and he was 30, got my number and
You're there
invited me to a
15 and
party, but
30.
my
You're
parents were
there.
aware and refused to let me go.
You're
Jared Leto
there.
kicked me off of our first major tour because I reported him for engaging with underage fans in his tour bus. He used his power to crush this major dream come true, and he buried us. I'll
You're
never
here.
forget how deafening the backlash was. It was traumatic.
Hear this.
Someone else reportedly sent a message saying that she was very surprised that Jared Leto wasn't named during the height of the Me Too movement.
What me say?
He is 1,000,000% a predator. In 2017,
What did I tell you? In the height of the Me Too movement, am I lying? In the height of the Me Too movement, so the Me Too movement came over and just put a wall over the black community eye. Seriously. And this man just flew under the radar. Look how long they've been accusing this man of having young girls on his tour bus. But nothing came of it until now. Let's unpack.
many of us assumed he would be called out during the hashtag Me Too movement. I know several women who were underage when he slept with them, and several others who were subject to downright bleeped up circumstances at his whim. But somehow he dodged the movement. I've heard from sources I can't reveal that after 2017, his assistants hold his recruits in a blobby area of his home where they sign NDAs before he'll hang out with them. All very young-looking models. I understand that his new band fan base...
Do we need to say any more? 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 So where's that on the news? Anybody see that on the news somewhere? Anyone? Anyone looking at the news to say, hey, Jerry, why are you out here messing with young girls? Not at all. We only hear about diddy 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 diddy. I diddy 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 diddy. I diddy 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 diddy. That's all we heard now, people. That's all. That's all we heard. 1 second. That's all we heard is about diddy diddy diddy. That's all we heard is about diddy 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 every minute. Okay.
Works the same.
Give me a second. Trying to skip out this and mute this for a second. Okay. So all we heard was about diddy 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 diddy. Okay? Let's unpack what the news has to say. Quick and fast. And I'm going to wrap up this live and get into some other things. All right? So like I said, the news has a lot to say when it comes to a lot of people, but not this man. All right? As you know, he denies the allegation and all of that. So let's unpack. Okay? Give me a second.
After the Oscar winner was accused of sexual misconduct by several women online, Jared denies any wrongdoing in response to the allegations, as a rep for the actor details in a statement to Air Mail on June 7th. As for the allegations, 4 women allege they were underage when they began interacting with Jared, who is now 53, and 2 of them have gone on the record. Per Air Mail, in April, DJ Ali Teals reposted a 2012 Facebook status update, reading, quote, "You're not really in LA until Jared Leto tries to force himself on you backstage in a kilt and a snow hat."
You're
She
dead.
also wrote, per the outlet, that, quote, "I was assaulted by this creep when I was 17. He knew my age and didn't care. What he did was predatory, terrifying, and unacceptable." Jared's rep tells the outlet in response, quote, "Ms. Teals' allegations are demonstrably false." Another accuser, Laura LaRue, alleged in an interview with Air Mail that in 2008, she met Jared at an animal rights benefit which she attended
Look
with
at
her
him.
mom. Per the outlet, she said she told him she was 16 and that he allegedly asked for her number.
You're
Laura
dead.
said she and Jared began exchanging emails and that she visited him at his music studio several times.
Here ya.
One time when she was 17, she alleged he walked out of her room completely naked.
Here it
Laura
is.
told Air Mail she, quote, "thought maybe this was just what adult men do." Jared's rep told the outlet in response, quote, "Their communications contain nothing sexual or inappropriate." The actress rep also alleged that Laura at one point, quote, "applied to work as Mr. Leto's personal assistant," further underscoring the absence of anything inappropriate in any of their interactions. Laura has denied applying for such a position.
So I'm assuming that you guys got the drift. So who saw that on the news and who even cared to even come and highlight that? CNN? Anybody else who's out here talking about Diddy? If Diddy found not guilty of the most serious charges. Then he fly underneath the radar of all of these people who are doing these things, right? But I guess Diddy made the news, right? I guess only Diddy made the news, right? So it's 9 women right now accused this man. And this man been flying underneath the radar for so long. And we're just hearing about this man now. All right now? Anyways, from there, we get to understand that Diddy lawyers is signaling Sean Combs no longer seeking expedite.
Turn now to the other news of the day, and we're following some breaking news in the Sean Combs prostitution case. His defense lawyers just dropped their push to speed up his sentencing. It comes after Combs was acquitted last week of the most serious charges against him, but convicted on 2 lesser charges and remains behind bars while he awaits his sentencing. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson is live in Lower Manhattan. And Kim, there was a lot of back and forth on this issue today between attorneys.
Listen, yeah, and all that back and forth actually happened before today's 2 o'clock hearing. The hearing lasted less than 2 minutes and literally was a full circle moment. All parties involved agreed to the judge's original sentencing date of October 3rd. This was all done by conference call. No one was physically in the courtroom on the 24th floor here, except for members of the media and the public. We briefly did hear from Sean Combs say hello, and his attorney mentioned he was in his office. 2 federal prosecutors were also on that conference call. So, as it stands now, Sean Combs will remain behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. A jury found him guilty.
So he will remain behind bars, people, until October 3rd. What a tragic. No, Sean Combs home. Imagine that. Oh, the black race. So did they lock up Weinstein all this time and had Weinstein in jail all this time? Did they? Or Weinstein was on bail? Was Epstein on bail after he got charged with the young girls and for a while? Till all kind of story for a while? All these kind of things. These are the things we're talking about, people. But what can we say? Now, we get to understand that Cassie should be getting sued by some kind of victim. Yeah? Cassie, we get to understand that Cassie has some kind of lawsuit coming up where a guy, hold on, by a sex worker, right? Let's see if I could find this one. Thought I sent it to myself, but I guess not. Okay, right here. So male escort come out and say she gave him STD and all of these things. So let me try to find it quick and fast. Okay, right here. So give me a second. I'm going to mute you guys for a second. 1 second, okay? Gonna mute you guys.
He claims he caught an STD from her. He claimed he got her pregnant and then she aborted it behind his back.
Listen.
He claimed that he was basically damn near sexually assaulted because they would do things he did not consent to.
Listen.
After filing a lawsuit today, he chose to speak out. This is what he said.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura
You're
for
there.
damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial.
Your sex
and
worker
I'm
cry
looking through
out.
social media, and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me
You're
and
there.
try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me.
Here we are.
So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider.
Oh my.
I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed,
Let me also say this.
Oh no.
I think every escort's going to file a lawsuit.
Let's finish up.
Jane could claim
Okay,
that,
so a lot of them are gonna
you
file
know,
the lawsuit, guys.
the veil of
The man said he ended up getting STDs and she had an abortion and the whole nine, bro. The whole nine. The whole nine, guys. Let's finish up, please and thanks.
Cassandra Ventura, she created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth. That Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself.
What a bombshell.
But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that. That Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself.
You're having sex in period. Gross. Nasty. Gross. Disgusting. Yeah. Disgusting. I have to drop alkaline on you guys. Seriously? Gross.
During her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me.
You're dead.
I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say...
So that's the male sex worker came out suing Cassie. Cassie called his name on the stand. Remember, Cassie had no choice to go and testify because I'm assuming they would have charged her too. But because she went to go mention this man's name, she opened up herself for the liability. Remember what Cassie said? She and Diddy disposed of the men and the workers, sex workers, like nothing, like paper. So she's opened up herself for liability. Majority of the sex workers are coming to sue. Okay, guys? So I had to drop that since we're talking about Jarrett and talking about all of these sexual assault situations. Okay, guys? Running on. Shall we? We're going to run on. Okay, guys? I'm going to wrap up this live just now, all right? Anywho. Where are we now? So let's go back to talk about something else, all right? Let's talk about something else. Quick and fast, all right? And I'm going to wrap up this live and say thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, all right? Got some time on my hands. So I'll give you guys a couple content and then I'll be busy again as always. So we're gonna run on. Okay? We're gonna run on. We want to talk about this for a second before we get into another situation. All right? So Rodman's daughter was at the Wimbledon situation. I don't know if you guys heard about it. You know, every little thing I drop over here, don't mind me, it's just to make the content seems like, you know. So we talk about all kind of things. So let me take off the screen right here. Give you guys this. So have you guys heard about this? Trinity Rodman calls out Wimbledon announcers for bringing up her dad as she supports boyfriend. So imagine you're there cheering on for your boyfriend when you look. The stupid ass announcer come and said all kind of shit. And not only that, he said all kind of shit, brought up the girl's dad and had her name even wrong. Look there. Could you imagine? See it there? See every one of her boyfriend. Ben Shelton's matches in tournament cheering him on alongside his parents and sister Emma. That led one the Wimbledon broadcasters to bring her up during Shelton's matches. But it led to some errors on their part. So she had to call him out. Because not only that, you didn't even know the girl's name. Okay, all of these things. Stop bringing up her estranged dad and all of these things. So when you hear estranged dad and all of that, you know that she and her dad is not good. Not only that, the announcer had the name wrong and everything. So here you are shouting out Rodman's daughter. And here goes Rodman's daughter is estranged from her father, and then you get her name wrong. What an insult. So she clocked him online, people. So she threw a big stone online and say, hey, announcer, how dare ya? So I had to come and shout that quick and fast. I know it doesn't make sense more time to you guys, the stuff I shout out here. But like I said, when I'm at work, I read a lot. So me just add that into the content quick and fast. Okay, guys? Kiss me teeth and pass. Have anybody seen Dennis Rodman? Dennis Rodman, where are you with all of those piercings? We're not sure. All right, people? So from there, let's wrap this up and get to dancehall quick and fast. Yes? Remember, people were in July and the hockey verdict supposed to be coming out anytime soon. So I'm on it like a bird watch. I'm on it like one of them on people's business. I'm out here like a fly. I fall around ready for the verdict. I'm ready out here waiting for that hockey verdict, guilty or not guilty. Okay, guys? Now we want to talk about the StalkAshley situation. Let's get to dancehall quick and fast, okay? Let's talk about StalkAshley situation for a second. All right?
StalkAshley and manager.
StalkAshley and our manager.
Hold on.
StalkAshley was seeing young guys on top of the screen because she want to advise her story and make the world know what happened. So you say that daughter is mentally ill, allegedly.
All right.
StalkAshley and manager.
StalkAshley and our...
Okay, 1 second, guys. Give me a second. Let me go back in this for a second. I don't want that to be playing. I don't want to get to that yet. 1 second. All right. What? Right here. Let's start this here right here. Okay, I think it's this part. Is it this part?
StalkAshley
This is two tape.
StalkAshley and our manager.
I don't want this tape. I want something else. Oh, yeah. 1 minute. Where is it? Okay, let's okay. Let's talk about this part first. Actually, no. You know what? Let's go back to what we were. Because I think that's the longest part. I think that's the longest part, right? I think so. Let me see if that's the longest part. Right here.
And our producer taking advantage of our data. So people will check out the video with the mother right now.
Remember that video in my choice farm. I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna sleep. StalkAshley. You again. What make it?
StalkAshley and our producer taking advantage of our data. So people will check out the video with the mother right now.
Okay.
Remember that video in my choice farm. I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna sleep.
So that was the mom, right? So the mom came out with that, yes? All right. Before we get into anything, I want to ask this. Isn't this the same situation where there was a girl, had a manager in jail somewhere? We're going to say all allegedly. You know that so-called pretty influencer that disappeared? They claim that the man sent the off-duty officer to the apartment, pick her up, and she's nowhere to be found. Remember that girl? The girl that was a artist, and she's missing in Jamaica, and until now, nobody can find her. I don't remember her name. When the people them asked her mother, did you ever hear the boy? Oh, I talked to him on WhatsApp on the phone. Did you really see the boy? Oh, I don't really know what his face looked like. Do you know anything about the boy? Oh, I don't really know nothing about the boy. Why you black mothers always sit out here? Don't you guys learn from the R. Kelly situation? I believe it when it comes to the black community. Once their daughters are 23 and 24 and 25 and 26 and 27, they're big people. You think my son Are my sons or my daughters, as big as you see they could be, can go out there and assign contract and I'm nowhere to be found around that contract? I'm nowhere to be found to know who are those people that he or she's getting involved. So the mom came out and said she doesn't even know StalkAshley or the manager. So say, for example, allegedly something did really bad did happen to your daughter. Where would the investigation begin? So everybody out here in music, everybody want their daughters to be star. Nobody don't want to be nurse, doctor. Nobody wants to be none of those things. Everybody wants to be an artist, and then when it comes to the artist, them shout out career. But if you hide and look what career is, that you have to go to the university door or the college door to have a career. And when you talk about the music and stuff like that, you be like, okay, everybody wants to be in the music industry, so you're not gonna knock anyone. The mom come out and say she don't know these people. Aren't these mothers learning from the situation where that girl end up disappearing, nobody know where she is? Where they claim that the guy in prison got somebody to come and take her away allegedly? So nobody learned that anytime your daughters are signing up to these people in the music industry, you should know them and know exactly what they're all about. Nobody now don't go sit down there now to go get pen and paper and a lawyer to sit there with their children or their child to go and sign paper because the child is big and yet big. Mommy and daddy don't have no say. Anyhow. So we get to understand that. One second. StalkAshley mom came out and said a lot. You mothers, I don't know what you guys are doing with your guys' daughters, but if you don't know their manager and all of that, is sad.
StalkAshley and manager.
StalkAshley and her manager. StalkAshley was seeing young guys on the top of the screen because she want to advise her story.
From hear her name, StalkAshley, enough
know what I'm saying. Say daughter is mentally ill, allegedly, and remember, allegations aren't always facts.
Yeah, let's say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't interject. You know that StalkAshley come to my country more than one time and I don't look. I could never go sit down and listen to somebody named StalkAshley. Could never. And not only that, StalkAshley claims that she swing both sides. Could never. No discrimination. What you want, if you want to drink, if you want to be a carpet muncher, it's up to you now. Knock yourself out, but don't come and teach the whole world this and teach all of these nastiness out here and feel like, say, you're supposed to be out here singing. You know what I noticed nowadays is in the music industry, video, bun body man, bun this, bun that. But the most people that you guys really give forward in the music is these people that fall underneath this umbrella. Because look at Rebel. When Rebel came out, she came out as a carpet-eating muncher. She get the most forward. StalkAshley come out and say she swing both ways. And she'll get forward out here. So nevertheless, let's unpack.
So this lady claims that her daughter is allegedly assaulted by StalkAshley and her manager. And StalkAshley was saying, young, we want having fun. Just a young girl, we want something like so. Yeah. So the artist StalkAshley. So she's saying that basically her daughter, which is Bad Skylar, right?
Yeah.
Her daughter named, stage name Bad Skylar, is admitted in a public hospital, a private hospital. Oh God.
So you never got the memo right before you come talk, okay?
Hold on, I'm not hear what she has to say. Guys, on the top of the screen, guys, because this gonna be interesting.
Top up the screen while there's a mental case going on here.
Her to say what the black race. So her daughter is basically in hospital because her daughter was molested. She allegedly.
She cannot be molested if she's not a child. Molestation goes on a child. She's sexual assaulted as an adult.
Excuse me, let me talk.
People, when it comes, these black folks throw around these words. Molestation, people, is when you're minor, under the age of 16. When you're adult like Bat Skylar and a sleep with woman and do your own thing, you're sexually assaulted. That's what it's called, sexual assaulted, not molested, because she's not a minor. Let's continue. Right there.
One thing you see in Jamaica, anytime these fuckery go on, people always are try to hush it up. That's why so much I get abused and molested in Jamaica. Not get no justice. Because anytime fuckery go on and people forget the justice, or no one hush it up. Why not always have the lady talk your story and make it truth be told? Don't make them hush you up. Don't make them quiet you down. Talk your story. And I hope that person in the back know how it go. Yes.
Yeah.
Now make them threaten. If them threaten, report them to the police.
And the police is going to do what? What is the police going to do? Don't a lot of people in the Caribbean have that kind of story where they were either pay hush money or the people then bad up the family member, burn down their house, bad them up, kill one of their family members so they have to run away. Those things going on all the time. That's not how you guys expose the country all the time. See, MC Nuffy did ball out rape and we don't know what came out of that case. Remember? The big MC out here. And we don't know what came out of that case. So from there, let's go back. From there, people, Footer Hype came out. And Footer Hype had a lot of things to say. When Footer Hype heard the story, Footer Hype jumped on the bandwagon and say, come tell me. Come tell me.
StalkAshley,
Listen.
you again. Why make you do that to my daughter? She's 19. You're a big woman for her. You f her off. You are your producer or manager. Dirty Jack. I'm making this video. So I apologize to StalkAshley.
StalkAshley, them say me chat too much, them say me love mix up and me love people business.
All right. Is it possible? Okay, remember mental illness can just sudden appear, and mental illness is a trait that's in it's in your family somewhere. So did someone page the mom while the mom come back and talk and draw back her words? Or is it possible that the mom has this similar situation like the daughter? I'm not sure. A lot of people trouble with mental illness, right? So you are a mother. She's 19 years old. She's been with StalkAshley for a while. That means she maybe been with StalkAshley and from she's about 17, 18, 19, I am not sure, allegedly. And she's 19 years old and you don't know the manager and don't know StalkAshley. So a 19-year-old is supposed to be a big woman or adult? Why do you black mothers continue to let go you guys' daughters on the mercy of the world when they're 19 and 20? And when something happened to them, now you guys come cry on the mercy of the world? Isn't she 19? Isn't she young? So can I have my 19-year-old daughter out here doing all kind of things with people in music and I don't even know the people them or know nothing of them? So a lot of us black mothers are too big and careless all when our children are in our household or when our children don't live with us. A lot of you black mothers, by the time the pitting them reach 18, 19, you guys could go on now big people. Go now, big people. Big people where? She's 19. She's still young. She's 19. She's still young. 19 consider almost consider as a young. Oh, Father God, I tell you. So that she's 19 and I pop pills allegedly and I go through some kind of sexual exploitation allegedly. So because these managers are out here doing their freaky deaky, is it okay to involve the young artists them when they come around? We hear from a lot of women them in the music industry that all kind of things happen in the music industry for them to reach somewhere. We hear it in the hip-hop world. We hear it in the reggae world. We hear it even in the music, in the movie industry. So the daughter is 19 and the daughter is a big woman in this big world. And when problems start, daughter cry to mommy. Tells you that she's not a big woman. Tells you that she's rather young mentally, physically. So which one of you black mothers out here have a 19-year-old out here and I say them a big woman if you go on their own and they know everything? Who and when? You black mothers, man, don't hurry to raise the youth them. Don't hurry to push the youth them through the door. That's why a lot of time our black children don't reach nowhere. That's why a lot of time our black children end up with a bunch of children behind each other like the fabulous Miss Fabulous situation and her sister 23 with 3 children. And the mother asks them to pay $200 rent and she can't. She come bring her mother and the whole net for $200 pound. Living in her mother's house, not paying any bills. These are the things that I'm talking about. And then you have these young mothers out here doing all of these kind of things. And then you have these big women out here that have their children and think that 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old are big people and they should take on the whole world. That's not how it goes, man. That's not how it goes. Black mothers, that's not how it goes. So let me kiss my teeth and pass. Anyways, Footer Hype came out and I have a lot to say. And I'm disturbed, but what can I say? Let's unpack.
Business. Take me foolish advice. Stay far, 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 far. 1 hour later. Far, 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 far from the little girl there.
Trouble did it.
One point she said the mother deserved a knife in her neck. And I said, whoa, your mother deserve a knife in her neck.
That's how you know, so the story, there's something wrong. Because first she said she don't know that lady, and then she said that the mother need a knife in her neck. Allegedly from what Footer Hype claim. So therefore that little girl is going through some kind of mental situation. Obviously. Let's continue.
That sounds extreme. Anyway, so it wishy-washy. The story not solid. Obviously she tell the mother something. And then obviously she had tell StalkAshley them something else. So it mix up, it wishy-washy. So I don't have nothing to say about it. I don't have no verdict on it. Right now, that gone in a limbo, I'm in a business with it. You understand what I'm saying? On a big man level. Because
if StalkAshley believe in being bisexual, she should keep it to herself. Not every young artist come around and have to show them on a sexual gravitation, on a sexual this, on a sexual that. Enough nastiness are going on in many of you guys camp. On out here pop pill and do all kind of nastiness out here. Okay? People should go and do their music and do what they want to do without being in this kind of freaking nasty life. If you go live in a hotel, big life, to go live in a big mansion, if you go swim in a pool, if you be running in these big cars, and the list go on now. Let's continue.
the first day, it looked like we would just hang StalkAshley and Jackson, kill them alive. And then the next day, it looked like somebody got page the mother and the mother nervous and apologize. Then the next day, the daughter come and say the mother forget a knife in her neck and dead. And me I say, you know, say this serious. You know, say this wishy-washy. Because obviously her mother don't know Jackson Ashley.
See?
She did.
What did I tell you? So the mother don't know Jackson Ashley and the girl is 19. Which mother out here now that have a daughter at 19 and she gone with a man and you don't know the man? Like the last story we heard in Jamaica, she was an artist. The mother only talked to the boy on the phone. When we hear the boy was in jailhouse and mother never knows the boy had do life in a jail. Why do you guys let go you guys' daughter on the mercy of the world and every day when I talk about her daughter nice and her daughter this, I love my daughter and them nice and this, but you just let them out to the world of all of these people, all of these pipers of the music. Why you guys just let them out like that? So the girl is 19 and the mother who come out here full force, strong and proud, don't know who the daughter is dealing with. It's sad. So you're going to have more black women in Jamaica disappear, dead like dog, because mothers don't know nothing about their daughters once they turn 19 and up. Oh my. Let's unpack.
She'd have to tell StalkAshley. She'd have to tell her mother about StalkAshley and Jax.
See there?
But then when you come out of the hospital, you tell Jackson and StalkAshley them say, I lie your mother tell, and your mother deserve a knife in her neck. When your mother no know StalkAshley and know Jax, and know about Jackson, him hood and what.
See? Mother don't know nothing about little girl entourage she's parring with. Who nowadays days have children? You have a lot of you black moms do these things. You know, kids outside that play with people and you guys don't even know until problems start. Children are dealing with people, associate themselves with people, and you guys don't know until police come brought down the door. All these things. Oh.
What go on in a sexual thing or rare. It now make no sense. So either she tell her mother lie when she in a problem, then when she good back now, she a try friend up back StalkAshley them and I tell them say the mother is a shit house. So she a play the two of them because she could have come back to a realization and realize okay, so StalkAshley them and me I go mash up. Me have to go back to Spanish Town and go live in a lane She don't want that, so she just tell StalkAshley them much them want to hear. But at the time when she had problem with StalkAshley them and Jax them, she got tell her mother where she want her mother hear. See? Because no matter how people say she and her mother not good, when the problem come, her mother she call. Her mother she go pick up. Her mother pick her up.
But that's what I'm saying. So if your daughter can come and tell you all of these kind of things when tragedy strike, why can't you not sit down and talk to your daughter when she found this artist and found this manager? Black women, why not continue to fall and feel on the kids them out here? Huh? So you know so much now to come and tell the whole world about StalkAshley, but you know little of who these people were before the encounter. Make that make sense for me, black mothers. Let's continue.
And try to save her. So say she and her mother never good. Her mother at the point of refuge when problem reach. See? So you run guy your mother. Obviously, and you tell your mother everything when your mother attacks it.
Yep.
Boom, your mother carry your mental hospital, bloop, bloop, and get 2 injection, get 2 pill allegedly. You come back to your senses now. You realize that blood clot. Spanish told me I figure go over my mother over my auntie them.
Right.
I like that life there. I like up at the big house. I like in the big house with StalkAshley them.
Right.
I like have anything to drink every day and food to eat and
You're
tell
there.
people so I live uptown and very.
So life is to drink Hennessy and live uptown? Oh, I tell you about these kids. So the life of a 19-year-old is to drink Hennessy and live and up in a big house and uptown. Nothing else? Oh, the black rose.
Very blood clot, I can't make this right. Boom. StalkAshley tell my mother to get a knife in her neck. Yo, Ray. Oh, yeah, wishy-washy. Yeah, wobble. Yeah, swing over this and swing over this and swing over this. Yeah, somebody who can't be trusted. I'm sorry to hear everything that happened to you, you know, little girl. If something happened to you, because at this point now we don't know what is true from what is not true. And you could have caused StalkAshley.
Then if she's wishy-washy, how can you say you feel sorry for her when you don't know if the situation is true or not? These are the things that I'm talking about. Sometimes photo hype is too much at times, but what can we say? Let's continue.
And Jax be dead. Because Jamaican people not play. You see me? Jamaican people don't play. StalkAshley could have go somewhere and somebody say, see the girl there, StalkAshley way, do this to the girl and do that to the girl. And somebody say, who where? And somebody say,
Lies. Long as you are their artist, ain't nobody give a shit what you do. Long as they like StalkAshley and the nastiness that she sing, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about StalkAshley about that girl. They'd rather to see the girl and bully her and say, hey, girl, you're lying, StalkAshley, you're lying. They'd rather to bully the other person because she's a nobody. Lies. You guys know how you guys roll? Please.
see her there. And you just hear one snowball of people.
Yeah, right. You mean the other way around?
Them good are dead.
See the other way around. That's why the girl come draw back her words, and that's why the mother come back and fumble the ball. Please. See the other way around. That's not how you guys go. See the other way around now. Nobody gonna see StalkAshley and harass her and say, StalkAshley, you out here rape people and you kidnap people. Nobody. They more to bother that girl. Oh, you diss up the artist. You destroy the artist. You destroy the artist name. Blah. And then you guys will shunder her like how you're shundering her. Like how you guys, oh man, let me come back out of the live. You guys are shundering her now. You understand? You understand? Let's continue.
Jamaican people riot different. So it's very dangerous because people, let me tell you now. I talk about it now because I see how it go. You know, so the first day, when the mother talk.
Was my co-worker calling me people? I'm sure you guys saw this. Something said nothing. Never mind.
Me,
Never mind. Sure you guys saw that.
StalkAshley and Jax for their jail.
You're there.
I remember how it works, you know. If a girl go station and say, footer hype, sexually abuse her or anything, without proof, without nothing at all, police are come lock me up. So me I say, why them not get locked up?
But how is that? That argument don't even make no sense, footer, because you're not in Jamaica and Jackson StalkAshley possible is in Jamaica. So Jamaican rules and regulation and American rules and regulation is totally different. How somebody gonna go to station and tell them in Jamaica that you trouble someone and then police come and lock you up? Aren't you not in America somewhere? Are you worrying about police or are you worrying about ICE? Oh.
Zine, I saw me I say on the first day, you know.
You're there.
On the second day, you know, me see the mother come apologize. Me no want nobody to tell me about somebody threatening you. If you come out so brawling about your daughter and the atrocities, no boy and no girl couldn't put no gun on me head or me foot or me hand or nowhere and tell me, say, to come apologize for the truth when my...
But that's just you though, Footer. The woman don't have back if is not that strong and bad. You maybe will go sit on a police station and tell the police them all these kind of things. But that poor lady maybe don't have them kind of bucket if you say, okay, I'm gonna come out here and rain and say all of these kind of things, and then because them are gonna kill me now, me still out here talk. A lot of people are in fear for their life, and you guys put that within the community. So what do you mean? Oh, the black race.
I pick me tell me, say, them the two you'd have to shot me and kill me.
You're there.
Mother, first thing if me living at the era.
So when they shoot and kill the mother because the mom come and tell all of those things, who would be the second witness to the court case? Remember, the mother came and said that the girl said. So the mom basically is a hearsay. So the mom would be the first witness to that statement. The mom would be the first witness for her to go to the hospital or the mental home when the mom came to rescue her. So when they shoot and kill the mother now, are the mother dead because the mom come out to come and say these things? Now, who would be the witness? And Ashley and Jack to the walk. Your argument no make no sense, Footer. Come on now.
I don't know about me run with it.
You're there.
Because live in our police station. And as to me,
so when she run away, how can she be the support for her daughter, and how can she be the witness for her daughter that she went to go pick up her daughter in the state of this mind or the state of this situation? Oh, Footer. Footer, are we talking for views or are we talking for understanding and talking in reality? Realistically? Seriously? Oh my.
Understand, it's like no formal police report was made. You understand what I say?
How can the formal police word be made when the girl is saying she don't know the mother and the mom is a liar? The mom can go and make that police report. She's not a minor. She's 19. Remember, a big woman, as on a claim. So the only person who would have to go make that report would be the so-called victim, the daughter. The last time I checked, the mom can make that report. Oh.
So the mother show me off the second day. Me feel like the mother, that second day when the mother do that, me I say the mother in jail.
Hear that?
Police will lock up the mother.
For what?
Because the accusations are very dangerous and it could have cost StalkAshley life.
The mother wouldn't get locked up for with those allegations. You mean she would have got sued? Pain and suffering allegation for damaging the people, them character and their name out here. You can't be locked up for coming out here to say that my daughter come and tell me this and come and tell me that. The only time we could see that you'll be locked up unless you're going to go make a false statement and the police maybe just want to be an ass and lock you up then. But lock up the mom to say these things, you mean the mom will get a lawsuit for saying these things if they're not true. Oh, Footer. Let's continue.
Life and cost Jack's life. Remember me now say it not happen or it happening now. Me uncle base pan where we sit in front of it. So the first day, me I said Jackson StalkAshley to their jail until this thing sort out.
You're there.
Second day, me I say, yo, Low StalkAshley and Jackson, the mama figure jail. Cause you can't come out, come say where you say them way there and
you know what is so troubling and disturbing for me when it comes to Footer? Remember, Footer is the one that boss MC Nuffy secret. When MC Nuffy passed in place, Footer said, MC Nuffy, remember the woman? Remember the woman? And boss the secret that MC Nuffy was forced to come and talk about the rape. So you knew about a rape and held it in the music industry and said nothing. And said nothing. And now you're going to say StalkAshley and them supposed to be locked up for raping and kidnapping and allegedly and all of that nonsense there? Make it make sense for me. The only time you're out MC Nuffy was when you're mad, but you held that secret for a long time that he raped. Oh.
Then come back, come say you apologize. But you say you apologize, that means say you agree, say you lie, you tell, and you're wrong for the way you do, and you beg forgiveness, jail you figure.
You there?
Them defamation, they're serious.
But defamation don't land you to jail, it land you for a lawsuit.
You were lying.
Defamation don't land you in jail. Defamation land you a lawsuit or you have to pay some money for pain and suffering. The last time I checked, so Footer hype out here talk all kind of things and don't know defamation from criminal case. Footer, you were drinking or what, Footer? You woke up on the wrong bed, bro? Come on, man.
Kate told me I said me now, so she like, you know, based on her action. Zin? Then now, me I say, here we go settle all of this. Anyhow, this girl is going to say more things. and she gonna have new activity, can say.
I'm not gonna drag this out, you know. Kiss me teeth and pass, like literally. Not gonna drag it out. So what I get to understand from the Foota situation, Foota claim that the mom should cut her off, StalkAshley should cut her off, Jack should cut her off, and she should have nobody. Foota claims that he's not a psychiatrist. Okay? So he doesn't care what mental illness really she has. They should cut her off because if StalkAshley keep this girl around her, she's gonna have more tales to tell. Nobody not gonna have tales to tell unless you're doing something to come out here to come and tell. Okay, people out here doing music, you don't hear anything. In an alkaline camp, you don't hear anything. In many other people camp, you don't hear anything. You only hear these things in the StalkAshley camp that these things are happening. So if StalkAshley is not doing nothing out of the way, ain't nobody gonna come and tell. So this girl has a mental issue and a mental problem has gone to the mother. And we should shun her. We should turn her back. Nobody should listen to her. The mom should turn the back because the mom said, because you said that, she said that the mom should get a knife in her neck. And the mom holding up her hand. In this whole content, Foota is telling the mother to hold up her breasts, make the tears of her breast drop on her breasts, to let go of this little girl, to make Almighty God wipe her away from this little girl. But we heard about that ritual in the black community. When you hold up your breast and you're crying eye water, your child end up dead. The last time we checked when it comes to that ritual in the black community. So when you really think about it, bro, nobody gonna have their mental insane child out there and leave her no matter what. So what we do in the black community when our peers are mentally ill, we should dash them one side because they're a liar. Remember when you're mentally ill, your stories them are far-fetched. Remember when you're mentally ill, your stories are far-fetched. Some things are true and some things are not true. What if this girl is going through a lot? Remember, the music have the devil in it, and sometimes you sign some kind of deal and sign away your soul more time that you will lick your chip. Mental illness is real. It doesn't necessarily mean that because her music now sing or because of these things why she end up with mental situation. Mental illness is plaguing in the black community over and over and over and over. And it's in the young people them, starting for the one bag of weed wanna out here smoke. And the mollies that you guys are popping, those are the side effects of those things. Remember nowadays, there's no claims that people for hold up them stress. There's nobody for people to talk to, especially in the music industry. So if a girl is trying to sing some song and the song now reach, and she don't have no other job, as you hear from the mother, she got her couple jobs and she don't want to work and this and that. Then when things don't work out, it will lick your chip. So these are the things what I'm talking about. So when our black sisters are mentally ill, we should shunder them because they're a liar. And they wobble and they flip flop. Seriously? That's how we deal with mental illness in the black community? That's how we deal with mental illness in the reggae music? Oh, anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap up this live now. Let's finish up this quick and fast.
When people do these things, you cut them off clean. Any of StalkAshley and Jax keep that little girl here around, they are going to go to prison.
You're there.
You hear me say? Remember me telling you today. Anyhow, StalkAshley and Jax keep that little girl here around them and keep communication with her, they are going to go to prison. Remember, you know. Remember, me telling you, you know.
It's a serious allegation.
Remember, me telling you. Jax, StalkAshley, them say me chat too much, them say me love mix up and me love people business. Take me foolish advice. Steer far.
I can afford this.
From that little girl there, alright? Alright. I'm lucky when you're lucky, you know.
Anyways, people, so we're not going to drag this out. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys for stopping by. Just remember the moral of the story was mask, lockup, incarceration in the UK for a device that was faulty, 13 people commit suicide. 59 others decided that they wanted to commit suicide. Fighting for compensation right now in the UK because of miscarriage of justice. The biggest UK postal department of arrest. The biggest miscarriage of justice in the UK with the postal service. Of many people got locked up. 13 commit suicide. False accusation, false charge just came out now in 2025 that those people were locked up because of faulty machine counting in the postal office. So if you never heard about that story, you heard about that story first. And if you never heard about Cassie, sex worker, sex person suing her, you heard that over here first. Okay, guys? So with all of that said, people, happy Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by. And I catch you guys up with a couple shorts. Catch you with the garden. Catch you with a lot of things, guys. Okay? So now, let's hop off of this live and let me see if I can show them my garden outside and show them what going on with the garden. Yeah, we? Let's wrap up this live, people. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always. Yeah, we? Okay. So, my boy, let's go, boy. Happy Wednesday. Leo, you went for a walk already, boy? He didn't go for a walk, hubby? Huh? Oh, you woke up. Yeah. So what happened to the thing in here? Oh. No, just grab the bags are over there. I'm talking to my household people, so just know. I'm maybe gonna put you guys on mute for a second. So look, people may showing us something. No, you know the dog is living very life. Look at the dog food. A chicken and dog a live life, boy here. That's Leo's plate. Eating chicken. How he's feeding the dog, guys. Okay? I don't really make you guys hear in my background that much, but let me go outside for a second because I'm gonna show you the big garden. Those are patties too. Where did these come from? Anyways, guys, let's go outside. Enough talking to the family. You guys don't know it, go. Right? Gotta talk to the family, man. Let's come outside, guys. So, guys, the deck wash off. And I have to set up my patio set, which I try to. But I'm gonna finish set up the patio set. 1 second. Outside with my miss color shirt. 1 second. So guys, let's talk about this quick and fast. So the deck has washed out, but I've been extremely busy, guys. So I couldn't get to decorate the deck, but I am. So I bought this one at Walmart and it's the wrong size. I don't know. I can't remember where the receipt is, and then I don't really want anything in Walmart. They're just gonna give me what you call it, gift card, and to take the trip to Walmart from work, it's not worth it for me. So I end up keeping it. Maybe when we go to the beach and something like that, you can have this to sit on and everything like that as a little picnic. Then people, when I went to Costco, I get the big bad one and it's the bigger one. So always look around before you buy things. A lot of times, me, I was out here shop till me drop more time. So I buy things and more time now pay attention to know, say, yo, I could have got a bigger one at Costco more than this one. And let me show you guys like what I'm talking about. Like this. Let me pull it out. So I had this for a while. I just didn't get to decorate my patio. I usually decorate it already, but when you're busy, brother. And then because we don't sit on the patio that much, it didn't really matter to me. So you see the difference? Watch my doggy gonna come in there. So you see? Look at the size. So it's a little bit, see? So this one is a little bit longer and this is bigger. So this is the new one I am gonna put, as you can see, on the patio, and I'm gonna put out the umbrellas and stuff like that. Until now, I'm gonna hook up the umbrella, nothing like that, because like I said, we waited so long to wash off the deck. Well, hubby waits so long to wash off the deck. Yeah. So wait for the see, work is calling me and work is calling me. I'm not even gonna answer them. To be honest, me call back later. I just can't be bothered. Right now, hold on. Let me go back up my live and come back in. 'Cause I don't know why they're calling me so much. 1 second. Not even answer me. To be honest, I'm not answering, guys. Okay? Because me now get up and go to work now when it's my day off. Must be a lie. Lie will not tell. I don't need no overtime. I'm not really that in need of money, guys, to be honest. Every money, not all money is good money, but on a day like this, I'm staying home. Maybe I'm just going to decorate my deck. How about that? Anyways, so I'm going to start now, people. Come now, man. Look the outside pretty, guys. Come. So I'm going to start one by one. These need to reap tremendously just because I'm not really around to do those things. The callaloo that we cut yesterday. String bean, onions, name it, people. Look at the man. Come now. Look, people, so we need to. If I don't really pick up as well, the Wi-Fi don't pick up as well outside. They do outside and all of that. So that's it, people. So I have to show you guys the garden. And that's it. And that's about it and stuff like that. Okay, guys? So, happy Wednesday. Thank you guys for stopping by. And I'm just going to enjoy a nice fresh coconut water early in the morning. Okay, guys? Peace and love.